All right, let's just dive right into this explainer and completely decode the English future tense. Today, we're exploring how to level up from beginner formulas to advanced fluency. Whether you're just starting to map out your basic plans or you want to sound incredibly natural and precise, like a native speaker, this is exactly what you need. So here's the million-dollar question. How do we actually talk about time that hasn't even happened yet? It seems like a simple concept, but it's really the ultimate hurdle for any English learner. See, English has a few very specific ways to express the future, and today we are going to unlock the exact grammatical tools you need to confidently build sentences about tomorrow, next week, or even next year. Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll cover the basic formulas. Second, we'll learn exactly how to choose between them. Third, we'll tackle a very strict advanced rule. And finally, we'll achieve true future fluency with some complex timelines. Let's get into it. Starting off with Section 1, the future tense basics. Okay, meet your first major building block for expressing the simple future, the word will. The formula is honestly a breeze. It's literally just your subject plus the word will plus your base verb. That's the whole shebang. It lets you quickly throw together sentences like, I will go to the store, or they will travel to Japan next year. No complicated conjugations required whatsoever. Then we have our second structural pillar, which is going to. Now, this one takes a tiny bit more assembly, but it is super effective. You need that to be helper verb. So the formula is your subject, plus am, is, or are, plus the phrase going to, and finally your base verb. This is how you express exciting stuff like, I am going to buy a new car, or he is going to visit his grandmother. Of course, sometimes plans fall through or things just aren't meant to be. To say something absolutely will not happen, you just slap a not into these formulas. For will, it becomes the incredibly common contraction won't, like, I won't tell anyone your secret. And for going to, we just drop not right after our to be verb, creating phrases like, she isn't going to come to the party. Moving right along to Section 2, choosing your future path. All right, we're at the intermediate stage now, and this is absolutely crucial. How do you know which of these two tools to actually use? Well, it boils down to this. We use will for spontaneous, instant decisions made at the exact moment you're speaking. Like, I left the door open, I will go shut it. You didn't plan it, it just happened. But for prior plans, things we decided to do before we ever opened our mouths, we use going to. Like, I am going to study engineering next year. You already made that decision in the past for your future. This logic totally holds up for promises versus evidence too. We use will anytime we want to volunteer or make a promise. For instance, I promise I will pay you back, or I will help you carry those boxes. On the flip side, going to is your go-to tool for evidence-based predictions. This means you literally have physical evidence right in front of you. You actually see the cup tipping over, so you yell, look out, that glass is going to fall. But, what if you don't have that immediate physical proof? If you're just making a general prediction or taking a wild guess about the future without obvious evidence, you've got to stick with will. A great example of this is, I think humanity will live on Mars one day. It's just an opinion about the distant future, so will is 100% the right choice here. So, asking questions? Super straightforward. You literally just flip your subject and your helper verb. With will, the word jumps right to the front. Will you marry me? And for going to, the to-be verb takes the lead. Are you going to eat the rest of that pizza? Whether you're proposing marriage or just hunting for leftovers, the core rules of spontaneous decisions versus prior plans stay exactly the same. All right, on to Section 3, the strict will ban. Things get really interesting here because we hit a hard, unbreakable rule. You absolutely cannot use will inside a time clause. A time clause is just a part of a sentence that starts with words like when, before, after, as soon as, or until. Even though the action itself is for sure happening in the future, if your clause starts with one of those words, you are totally banned from using will. You must use the present simple tense instead. It is such a common trap to double up on the future tense. People love to say, when I will arrive, I will call you. To a lot of learners, that sounds perfectly logical, but actually, scratch that, it's incorrect. The time clause starting with when gets the present simple arrive, while the main clause gets to keep the future tense will. So the proper way to say it is, when I arrive, I will call you. Let's look at another one just to cement it. Take the phrase, as soon as he will finish the report, he's going to leave. We literally can't do that. You just swap out that forbidden will finish for the present simple finishes, and you get the correct version. As soon as he finishes the report, he is going to leave. Mastering this one single rule, it's a massive step that instantly elevates your English to a much more advanced level. Finally, Section 4, Achieving Advanced Future Fluency. Let's see how this builds up to some incredible sentence structures. To get that native level polish, we need to master complex ideas like the future continuous tense. The formula here is will be plus an ing verb. We use this specifically to talk about an action that will be actively happening, like in progress, at a pinpointed time in the future. Picture a timeline. Right now is 0 hours, but slide 8 hours into the future and look at the action in progress. You will be eating dinner with your family. Or fast forward a whole week, and you will be sitting on a beach in Hawaii. You are mentally placing yourself right smack in the middle of a continuous action that hasn't happened yet. Pretty cool, right? Then we have the future perfect tense. This sounds fancy, but the formula is just will have plus a past participle. We use this highly precise structure to declare that a future action will be 100% completed before a specific deadline hits. It's not about the action happening right at that moment. It's about the action being completely finished by then. Check this timeline out. If your deadline is tomorrow and the work gets done before that 24-hour mark arrives, the house will have been cleaned. Or consider a massive 4-month construction project. By December, the project is finished, so the bridge will have been completed. It's all about emphasizing completion before that future deadline strikes. Okay, pop quiz time. Let's see these rules in action. How would we fill in these blanks? Number 1, I promise I blank call you tomorrow. Number 2, look at those dark clouds. It blank rain. And number 3, they blank move to a new house next month. Think carefully about the scenarios we just covered. All right, let's see how you did. For the first one, we definitely need will because it's a direct promise. For the second, it's is going to because those dark clouds are literal physical evidence you can see right now. And for the third, it's are going to because moving houses takes a ton of planning. It's absolutely a prior plan. We've uncovered the exact formulas for instant decisions, prior plans, tricky time clauses, and even highly complex future timelines. You've got the whole shebang in your grammatical toolkit now. So, what are you going to build next with your brand new future fluency?